Electromagnetic waves, while essential in many technologies and applications, can pose significant dangers to human health, particularly at higher frequencies where the energy of the waves is greater. Some types of electromagnetic radiation, such as ultraviolet, UV, rays, X-rays, and gamma rays, are known to be harmful because they carry enough energy to ionize atoms and molecules in the body. This ionization process can damage or alter the DNA within cells, potentially leading to mutations, cancer, and other health issues. For instance, prolonged exposure to UV radiation from the sun can increase the risk of skin cancer, while repeated exposure to X-rays or gamma rays, especially at high doses, can also lead to an increased risk of developing cancer. The risk associated with exposure to electromagnetic radiation can be quantified using a measure known as the radiation dose, which is expressed in sieverts, SV. The sievert takes into account not only the amount of radiation absorbed by the body but also the type of radiation and its potential biological effects. Because different types of radiation have different levels of impact on human tissue, the sievert is a weighted measure that reflects the relative biological effectiveness of the radiation. For example, 1 sievert of gamma radiation has a much higher biological impact than 1 sievert of microwave radiation, due to the ionizing nature of gamma rays. Radiation dose and the associated risk can vary significantly depending on which part of the body is exposed. Different tissues and organs have varying sensitivities to radiation. For example, the skin and bones might absorb radiation with relatively low long-term impact, while more sensitive tissues like the bone marrow, lungs, or reproductive organs are at a higher risk for radiation-induced damage. The effective dose, which is also measured in sieverts, takes into account the varying sensitivity of different tissues, providing a more accurate assessment of the overall risk to an individual. For example, a radiation dose to the gonads has a higher effective dose than the same dose to the limbs, due to the higher sensitivity of reproductive organs to radiation damage. Understanding these risks is crucial, especially in medical contexts where radiation is frequently used for imaging and treatment. Medical professionals carefully measure and limit radiation exposure to minimize the risk to patients, using the lowest possible doses that still achieve the desired medical outcomes. The use of protective equipment, like lead aprons during X-ray procedures, further reduces the risk of unnecessary radiation exposure to sensitive parts of the body. In conclusion, while electromagnetic waves are indispensable in many aspects of modern life, certain types of radiation pose significant risks to human health, particularly when exposure is high or prolonged. The risk is measured in sieverts, which account for both the type of radiation and the sensitivity of the body part exposed. Understanding these risks allows for better management and protection against the potential harmful effects of electromagnetic radiation.